Guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a professional print of Aloy, which is this print, also known as my cat, on proper printing paper. I'm just going to show you the quick process. As always, I have wetted my paper and this is fully lined up, ready to go. How I wet my paper is just very simple. You just the Artway paper, run it underneath a tap basically, and then I put it in between a towel just to dab off any excess on the top of the surface, because even though you do want it to be saturated, you don't want it to be there to be puddles, because it can bleed. Obviously it can work to some degree when doing landscapey or mark-makey printmaking, but in terms of lino prints and these kind of prints, I want them to be as crisp and thick and blocky as much as possible. I want to minimise the bleeding effect as much as possible. So I'm going to grab the paper and then we're going to print her and we're going to see how it looks. Even though she is smaller than A5 size, I like to print onto A4 paper, roughly in the middle, either landscape or portrait. I will do one of each if anyone's interested. You can see that the paper is a little bit wrinkled, and that's just down to the water saturation. It can be sorted out by, once it's dried, place it in a sketchbook. We'll wait and it seems to flatten out a lot. I do give a warning that it may come slightly creased, but it does flatten out when framed, which is a lovely thing. I'm just going to place her, it's kind of odd. You wouldn't think it's a cat print, only by the ear you might have a kind of a guess. I don't have a professional printing machine at home. I tend to home print using just my fingers. If there's anything bigger, I tend to lay it on the floor and use my feet just as a pressure. I don't think you should have to fork out for a printing press when you can get basically 95% of the time the same outcome as using just the weight of your fingers and thumbs basically. Obviously if you want a print press for quicker prints, that's totally fine. Like there's some things you can't get away with, like screen printing. I have found a way to produce that at home without the screens, and obviously it takes up much more space than normal printing. But obviously there must be ways around it, like I said, but it's just generally my opinion. What's also great about this, if the print doesn't come out as blocky and strong, you can just quickly line it up and go straight back into it, as long as you line up the lino with where you've already printed. Okay, cool. I really like this. I know you can see there are bits where the ink didn't actually go onto the paper, but for me that's quite a unique feature in the fact that it is home printed. If it's obviously like a large portion of it, you can go back and reprint it like I said, but this, it kind of, it's like a unique stamp to know that it's home printed and home processed rather than just being printed off like a machine. Not to say that that's not cool, but for me it's a lot more unique having these individual missing parts. I don't say missing parts, individual textures. The customer might actually not know what the print is actually meant to be like. Yes, you do tend to aim for a whole block print, but what you actually end up with is the only process they actually see, unless you're watching this video or you see me on Instagram talking about my process or photographing, anything in between. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are interested in purchasing any of the work seen on my YouTube channel or this print individually, I will list it on my eBay selling account, which you can find a link to in my description box. Anything else, all my social medias are also in there if you want to check me out on them. But until then, I shall see you guys for my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. If you have any questions, please leave a link down in the description below, and we'll see how we get on. Thanks guys.